Good morning everyone, my name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back to Path of Exile. This is for me back-to-back episode, even though for you it's a different day. Let's continue our journey through these areas. We see a skull there, so let's check that out. There seems to be a door here, so probably that's the exit for us. But I would like to explore our maps a little bit more starting from now onwards. We're trying to get as much good loot as we can.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And we want the experience either way. I do love the level ups. We gained here, we found an ancestral protector. This is an ability, let's collect that one. If it's red, it means it requires some strength. Don't know if we're going to use it, but we're going to collect all of them. We're gonna try them out. We're gonna see what's happening. Chestplate, simple robe, some coral amulet. Let's pick that up. Scrolls, a trunk here. Superior nailed fist, we don't need it. And here we have our bronze monograph.
In the court of the goddess.
So now we have a trial. What's happening here is that we're going through traps and trying to get to the end. When you get hit by one of these spikes or traps, generally it causes you to... Oh, that door opened. It causes you to take bleed damage, so you'll have to be very careful about and smart about going through these areas. There is a reward waiting for us at the end, but not at this end. You will see when we progress further in, but we do need to go through these traps. Let's continue here. Take your time, try to read the traps, try to figure out what they are bringing. And make sure that you don't die, because it's pretty easy to die here. We're gonna shoot at them. I'm going to bring this ballista to blind him, and we actually managed to blind him there. That shining light above their head means they're blinded. So we gained some good stuff here. We have a small life flask. And we go here to... What did we say? Aspect of links? I think it's a good idea. Attack damage, increase movement speed, increase critical strike chance, and dexterity and intelligence. I think it's pretty good. Let's do it that. We gain one of the first 6 trials plaques, so we're gonna use it in the future. Now we need to leave the area and go further
I'm not
ahead.
up to that just yet.
That music in the background, one thing that I always notice during inside games is really nice. Like, it gives you that feeling of dread, of danger, which is nice. Strongbox, guarded by 3 packs of monsters. So what we have here is a strongbox. When we are going to click it, monsters are coming out and certain effects are applied, like ignites you and activate it. So we got ignited there. But we can find some good items by activating them. We can see some fish scale gauntlets, longbow. I will take the longbow here. Oh, this longbow could be better. Another shrapnel ballista. I don't think we need it, but we're going to collect it either way. And we are going to go for the rusted hatchet as well. I will show you in town why. For now, let's identify the bows. This has a 3 to 5 cold damage, 8 to 30 damage, life +6 life gain on it. Let's see if it's better than that bow. And it is not, even though it feels like it's upgraded. So I'm not gonna keep it. I am also going to throw this bow. Make us a bit more space to collect maybe better items before we have to go home. Here there's another thing that happens. We click on this middle monster with the title at the top and they get released. This you do to collect essences. Essences is just another one of these items that you can see. If we use this essence on a weapon, we gain 0.5 to 0.7 physical attack damage leached as life, so we drain some life. We put it on an armor, we gain some maximum life, 5 to 14, it's random. A quiver, we gain 0.5 to 0.7 physical attack leached as life. Yeah, and you can see belt is recovery flask and other jewelry regenerate 1 to 2 life per second. So as always, like, you can take it, let's put it on one of these jewelry. We'll take it off, we'll use this, and it turned into a rare item with that life per second that it said. So it gave us 9 intelligence, 5 increased spell damage, which we don't need, 4 increased armor, which we don't have. So not the best upgrade here, but that's what that item does. It's in a sense, a way to craft items. Like, you can use some normal items and try to make them better by simply using some of these items, and I recommend you try them out, especially on your first playthroughs. Don't worry too much about keeping items. You'll learn more about them in the future. You'll learn that you've used some really expensive items on things that are really unimpressive, but that's part of the experience. At the end of the day, it does not matter what you do. The worlds are not persistent, at least the leagues. There's constantly resets on maps and things. So like every few months there's a reset to the map and the economy, so you don't have to worry about things like keeping items or, oh, you've used an item and you shouldn't have. You'll see, you'll learn. Okay, there's a door there which we could from. Whew, I really need to take a break and get myself some food and maybe another cup of coffee, because it's still early morning and I just jumped in because I wanted to get started with Path of Exile. What I wanted to say, there's a door there through which we could exit and go ahead towards our quests. Another boss here, or mini boss. Let's see, Sharktooth Arrow, +4 life gain for each enemy hit by your attacks. This could be very good at keeping our life up, especially since we're using multiple arrows. Another contract, let's pick that up. Chainmail tunic, yeah, I think we're okay for now. I would like to explore though. Let's see, do we want to explore a bit more of the map? I think that I'll go just through here a little. Because at this point I feel like we're not getting too much experience, so we're doing pretty well. I'm looking at the bar at the bottom and it does feel up quite a bit from our attacks. A rustic sash, which is magical. I'll equip that. 6 fire resistance and 17% increased mana recovery rate. Is it mana or just flask? Mana flask, yeah. Rawhide gloves. Yeah, not a whole lot. And I see no special enemies here. Okay, more passives. Maximum Frenzy. This gives us 8 increased maximum life, 20 increased stun and block recovery chance, and regenerate 1 life. This provides us pretty much mana regeneration, flask charges gain, and 20 strength and intelligence. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead. We're going to go towards this as we planned it before, so let's do that. And I think that's all I want to explore here. Let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the maps. There's nothing in here that I believe we need. Well, except for this cage proof. Let's see, is it through here? Yeah, it's through here that we are fighting him.
Quite sure of yourself, aren't you, Huntress? The Warden enjoys the taste of overkill.
Okay. Now we have to fight Brutus, which is going to be really fun. I haven't fought him with a ranged character in a while, so I'm not sure how I'll fare, but I'll try my best. There's a chest here, there are a bunch of barrels which we can blow up. The music picks up, so you know something's up. The Warden's Chambers. Here we are. And there is Brutus.
Trespass. Your sentence is death.
As you can see, he fires those. And he pulls us... Like that light above, that shiny light above him, means he's blinded, so our ballista is doing well. There we have it.
I've done for you what I would do for any wounded animal, Brutus.
Okay, well, what should we collect? Do we need anything from here? I don't really think so. I'm not gonna pick up anything here, and we'll move on. Once again, you don't have to follow what I'm doing here necessarily. Like, you can, if you feel like you want to collect all the items, go ahead and do so. It's just not my style, and at the end of the day, I don't believe it's worth it playing this game for a long time. It was pretty easy to defeat that boss for me. Now I'm not gonna try to pretend to be a complete beginner, at least not in this way of fighting bosses. I don't want to be fake and die to one of the bosses I feel I can defeat. But I am going to keep myself from applying certain knowledge until we actually have a chance to work, to try it out by ourselves, and maybe, as I said, in a future series, like go to the next level with the level of knowledge. Let's see, we have Whirling Blades, which is an attack. It's a movement skill. So it's used to dive through enemies, dealing weapon damage, only works with daggers, claws, and one-handed sword. Cannot be supported by multi-strike. So this would be an ability like the dash one we have here, but it actually damages the enemy if we have a melee weapon, so we're not using that. A blink arrow fires an arrow at the target destination. When the arrow lands, you are teleported to it, and a clone is summoned at your old location. The clone is a minion that uses your bow and quiver. There we have it. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it does distract enemies. Smoke Mine. This is a mine type of spell, AoE. You can see at the top everything that's related to it. So this is placing a mine or throwing a mine that will teleport you when it detonates. That's cool. Precision. It's an aura, it's a spell, and you and your nearby allies gain 20% increased critical strike chance, and you and the nearby allies gain 93 to accuracy rating. And what does it use? It reserves 22 points of our mana at level 1. So what I'm going to do is take this aura. We're gonna place it... let's place it in the gloves.
Farewell.
It doesn't matter now. We can't activate it just yet, but we're going to activate it when we leave the town. And now let's sell whatever else we have on hand. There's one thing I want to show you. When you get a linked item with 3 different colored gem slots, you can sell it for a chromatic orb, one that you use to change the color of items. So this is that idea of making different recipes by selling different combinations of items, and there are plenty of them. I'm not gonna show you everything, but I'm going to show you this one. So remember, try to collect these types of items so you can sell them back home, because you will be using these color sockets. The second thing I want to show you is if you use 3 flasks of the same time. We have 3 life flasks here. Is it the same? No, these are small. Oh, and this is a superior small flask. No, this is a mana flask. Okay, so we don't have anything we need now, but let's buy a... If we see a life flask. No. It's very unfortunate. But if you sell 3 flasks of the same type, you will be able to get a flask, a type of flask that is 1 level higher. We'll keep this small one and this small one, and I will show it to you if we get the chance to do so. Let's see. Superior chain boots. I don't want to use them. I don't want the armor, I want the evasion rating more than anything else. Let's identify these. Oh, so these were... Their enchantments were to get +7 to armor, +7 to evasion rating, more damage to physical attacks, some dexterity, and some life for each hit. I think this is a really good replacement for this. It's better, so we're gonna do that. Maximum life we don't need, neither do we need regenerate. We are not gonna use these just yet, but since we did buy them, what I'm going to do is I am going to be placing them here. Maybe even the Shrapnel Ballista. Ancestral Protector. Summons an Ancestor's Totem which attacks enemies with melee strikes while you're near it. But it does require 16 strength and we're not gonna use it. So I'm going to add it there. Now generally I wouldn't do these that much anymore. I do keep certain items, certain gems when I'm playing, but playing this game as a first time player, I want to show you how it's probably going to be like for you, especially since we are starting with only a few of these stashes. I want you to understand through this playthrough as well how much items you'll be gathering, or you might be gathering. And at this point, you already saw that I am not even collecting most of the stuff from the ground. But just so you get an idea of, if you're thinking that, hey, I probably don't need any kind of stash, I'm not gonna use them, you might change your mind. Or not. You will know better than I do how much you're going to use. So now we gain another one of these chromatic orbs. Let's put the money away, and that's it. I am now going to go back out to the prisoner's gate. And we follow the Emperor's Road. Let's see, let's activate this aura. Activating the aura now costs us 22 mana out of 129 mana pool. We'll have to pay attention. One of these attacks costs us 10, almost 10? Yeah, about 10 mana per shot. So you have to do a bit of management in as far as costs go. If you're going to use a lot of skills that cost a lot of mana, and as they level up they do cost more, you will have to pay attention that you have enough mana left for you to use certain skills, for you to use certain items and so on and so forth. Because if you can only shoot once, these mana potions don't fill up as quickly as you would think especially in the late game. Tribal Mole will take that. That's about it. Let's keep going forward. We level up Precision. Now it takes 32 mana instead of just 20. So we have to think about where do we feel comfortable to level it up at the moment when we have only so little. Oh, actually this is better. But it does require us 16 strength and I don't think we'll have enough. Superior chain boots, some markers, some velvet slippers. There is another one of these smuggler caches here.
My mana is gone.
More scrolls. Scrolls are really good, especially at the beginning
I'm
of
not up
a
to that
game.
just yet.
This should put a dent in your arrogance, Huntress.
Okay, so now we need some sort of key to move that way. We need to find another way through the forest. Okay, we'll be picking up the pace here. A coral ring, a better chest plate, some chain boots. No, I think we're fine. Oiled vest. Another level up here for blind support. I'm okay upgrading that support skill. Okay, well, there are competitions which could be fun to watch, but I do recommend that you play the game at least once or watch a let's play that shows you the story or the levels. There are competitions for the quickest to reach the end game, for example, or different parts of the end game. And they're organized, sometimes they're organized by grinding gear games, the developers, sometimes they are created by the community, and this game has really good community surrounding it, at least as far as giving other people a helping hand and everything. I always found answers to my questions, whether it was on forums or different things. Let's see. Where are we on evasion? At this point we have 206 evasion and the estimated chance to evade attacks in this area is 37%. Right? I think it's always calculated in the area that you are present in. We're going to increase this and hit apply here. We have a 40% chance to evade attacks and we've gained some resistances to elemental attacks. There we have it, more swords, some clubs, and the shipyard graveyard.
Life and death live side by side. This is a strange land.
We got ourselves another portal there. I do
I'm not
like
up to that
these
just yet.
archers that... At first I wasn't that convinced of using this guy. But now I like him. Like with this multiple arrow attack, it's a pretty good idea. A sapphire ring. A sapphire ring provides us with 30% cold resistance. So it is important to use this kind of items whenever possible. Like there are times when you'll be fighting different enemies and we are going towards fighting one who does have a lot of cold damage. Large strongbox, let's activate it. Ooh, we got frozen there when we activated it, so we couldn't move. That can be pretty dangerous and it can kill you. This is what I was saying earlier about Look, this one has 3 colored links, so we're gonna pick it up. This is what I was saying earlier about playing hardcore. You have to think in advance about what could happen, because there's a real danger. I'm not gonna go there yet. There is a real danger that you will be killed just like that. If I was frozen in place and there would be more aggressive enemies, I could have just died there. And there you have it, game over, right? You have to start with a brand new character if you want to be in the hardcore league. The hardcore leagues have items in them that the normal leagues do not have. Meaning there are a few unique items which you will not discover anywhere else except for there. Here we have the Cavern of Wrath. I believe we have to go through there. Let's explore more of the map. I'm trying to see if there was a quest. I think I remember there being a quest here where you will have to go to the ship graveyard. So let's try to explore the map up and see if that is the case or not. There we have it, there's a quest giver up there. Captain Fairgraves. So he tells us to find the old flame in the ship graveyard. So it's somewhere, it was somewhere in here, right? There was a door to the ship graveyard. Or shipyard. Ship graveyard? Ship graveyard, yeah. More scrolls of wisdom here. Not a whole lot of changes are happening at the moment. We're just progressing through the game. Good. Let's go inside the graveyard. Good. These enemies are pretty weak all in all. It feels, except for the bosses, it feels quite well to... Our damage feels quite well here, quite good. Okay, that's that.
A branch can save a tree.
Oiled vests. Evasion rating of 54. We can't get that, but I think we could equip this one. Though it doesn't have the right links. Do we have any good linked item? No. So even though this would be better as an item, it will remove our ability to connect these 3 skills, which would make us slightly weaker. Sometimes it's better to equip better armor if you feel like you're dying a lot, but we're not dying, so I think we'll be fine if we don't equip the better armor in this case. And just continue with damage, right? The best defense is a good offense. Let's go for survivalist. Get this extra point into defense. Let's see, we are at 39 there, and now we are at 46 with 12% to resistances. A medium mana flask, that's great. We can replace one of these normal ones. Okay. Oh, we gain a large mana flask, so we could replace these with these. Now we can go ahead through here. Oh, we found the boss. I think I just removed, yeah, I have removed the aura earlier by pressing Q. That doesn't seem like a monster we could kill, right? Wood splitter, saber, superior, tribal. Okay, nothing necessary. We got the all flame from her. Superior scare mask. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's get out of this territory and go back to Fairgraves. I'm going to take this path through the unexplored territory just for that extra experience.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Okay, more trunks. Leather boots? What do leather boots do? Some evasion and some armor, okay. And that was our shortcut.
My all flame, please understand.
And now we get betrayed.
As a gentleman of honor, it pains me greatly to do this. Hard times call for.
Let's have our ballista help us there, as we are trying to shoot down his skeletons, but our archer is pretty good. And if he can, the ballista distracts enemies as well, they have their own life.
Situation, Fairgraves.
Let's see. Yeah, no good item here. We can go back to Lionel's watch. Probably receive a reward for fighting Fairgraves. But we'll continue the path, and on the next waypoint home we are going to go back. Let's see. The Cavern of Wrath. Oh, there we have it. This is the next waypoint. So we're coming back home.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
We'll talk to these people.
While we live, we are blessed.
Toxic rain. Fires arrows in the air and rains down on the targeted area. Okay, so we shoot up and it starts raining down. This is toxic, so it's poison. Rain of arrows. Multiple projectiles in the air to rain down. Fire 17 additional project arrows. Oh, so this is toxic rain. This is just poison. This is a rain of arrows. This is lightning arrow, which is an attack. Okay, like the fire arrow. Reeve is an attack. It's a melee attack. We don't care for it now. Lightning strike. It's a projectile melee strike lightning. Okay, so it's a bolt of energy that we shoot. A siege ballista. Arrows, spears, 6 additional targets, +2 to a maximum number of summon totems, and totem lasts 8 seconds. So this is a shrapnel ballista, right? Yes, it's a shrapnel, so it shoots closer, but this shoots at a larger distance. And then we have elemental hit. Each attack with this skill will choose an element at random and will only be able to deal damage of that element. If the attack hits an enemy, it will also deal damage in an area surround them, with the radius being larger if that enemy is suffering from an ailment of the chosen element. It will avoid choosing the same element twice in a row. So these moves, as we can see, from fire damage to cold damage to lightning damage with each attack. I wanna pick the Siege Ballista, and I wanna try out, in the next episode, we're going to try what this elemental hit does. We're gonna test that out, and I am going to replace the Shrapnel Ballista with something that has a larger range.
Well.
I am going to store the Shrapnel Ballista here. I might go back to it. What else do we have here? I'll keep this ring on us. Life we don't really need, neither do we need intelligence, so I'm going to sell the rest of the items here. And after that, let me show you, I was saying about this recipe with the flasks. So we are selling 3 medium mana flask and we're getting a large one. Not always that it's worth it,
Take care.
but there we have it. Now we gained a new a bigger flask,
Graves was a good.
and we gained a reward from Fairgraves. And we could go once again for this. Evasion and elemental resistance for more resistances there, and I do like that. So let's add more points. Let's store our gold, or what the replacement of gold in this game. And we'll see what we do with this kind of elemental attack in the next episode, because this is all the time that we have for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I need to take a break for my voice as well, and to eat something because I'm getting really hungry. And I hope if you do like the series, you'll leave a like or subscribe to the channel or leave me feedback. At this point, which is very early on for me, everything helps. Everything helps me understand what you like to see more, and if I'm doing well, or if you'd like to see something else. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Path of Exile. Have a wonderful day, everyone.